Hello and welcome to another Taekwondo lesson. In previous lessons I showed you how to do a rising block, high, middle and low block on the spot. And today I'm going to show you how to do those blocks stepping forward and backwards in walking stance. In the previous lesson, lesson number 10, I showed you how to do a middle punch in walking stance, stepping forwards and backwards. And I explained that you have to move your foot in an arc, like that, in and out, to maintain your balance. Now when you're doing a block, you do the same thing. So the same for low block, middle block, rising block, any block. In fact, anytime you do a walking stance, you move in an arc, as well as other stances. So if we go from walking stance to perform a low block, middle block or a high block, you're going to bring your body half facing into a neutral position. And your body's half facing so you can utilize the hip jerk and you'll end up half facing on the block. Now from this neutral position, it's difficult to tell whether I'm going to do a low block, middle block or a high block because the starting position is pretty much the same. And if you remember from lessons 3, 4, 5 and 6, I showed you how to do these blocks from parallel stance. So you go half facing into a neutral position, and you can see this position is pretty much the same as if I did it from walking stance. So whether I move from walking stance to that position or parallel stance into that position, the rest is pretty much the same. So you only have to look at videos 4, 5 and 6 to understand what to do next. So you go to a neutral position and then perform the rest of the technique. So look back at those lessons and so I don't have to go into detail right now. Now when you do rising block, you're going to end up full facing. So there's no need to use too much abdomen jerk. So you don't need to go half facing too much. So it's going to be more like the punch, it's going to be more full facing. It can be very slightly half facing. It's not a problem. It's a very, very small jerk. Okay, so remember, you never over twist. We never do that in Taekwondo. It's always a short, sharp abdomen jerk. Pay attention to the stationary leg. As you go into a neutral position, the foot turns out, and then pivot it and jerk the abdomen. You drop the heel sharply, and you see the foot will rotate slightly to accentuate that hip jerk, but not so much for rising block. When you do rising block, you don't turn away so much, and it's quite easy to get your foot pointing outwards 25 degrees. You don't need to do this pronounced pivoting action to accentuate the hip jerk. Okay? So when you're going backwards, you need to turn your body half facing slightly this way when you're doing high, middle and low block. So your rear foot is pointing outwards 25 degrees. So if you're going to turn your body this way, you need to point the foot forward. So you do that at the early stage. You pivot quite early and then you execute the technique. Okay? So now you're ready to practice all 4 blocks, stepping forward and backwards in walking stance. So keep practicing those techniques, and next time I'll show you how to do a front snap kick moving forwards and backwards in walking stance and combine it with an obverse punch. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.